let's do one little warm-up from last time. I find this a great thing to have under the fingers, and it's that exercise where we run the, thinking about going 5 to 1, but we use the diminished to represent the dominant seventh, and then we resolve to the major, or it could be resolving to the minor as well. So, again, if I'm in the key of F, let's say, well, I'm going to start with the inversion of the diminished for the dominant that allows me to come down 2 more times from my start position. So that will be the second time, and that will be the third time. And now you can see that the bottom note of the chord is the 7th of the key that I'm in. And that, you can either simply resolve to C6 in that case, because here's the diminished of C7. So that goes to C6, which is F major. It's a 6 on the 5th. So I can do it like that. Or I can hit the tonic in the bass, and that's why it becomes a really nice position on the piano, because your little finger should comfortably fall on F if you're holding down the E with your thumb. Okay, so, and if you like, you can walk C6 through to 6 on the tonic, in other words, F6. You can do that as well at the end if you care to. They're all good. And I think the one variation, correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think we added a dominant root to the diminished last time as well. So you can not only just come down the inversions, straight up the inversions of those diminished chords, but you can also add one of the family members. In this case, it's going to be the A. I think of it as the note that is a half step below whatever note I've dropped. So here I've dropped the B flat, and we already know that a half step below all these diminished notes, or each of them, is the root of a dominant 7. So below the B flat, I'll put in the A. And it gives you, piano gives you an inversion of the dominant chord, second inversion, A7, actually, right? So that's another way you can double check on it. And if you carry on down that principle down, the inversions, you'll have the F sharp in the next inversion down, where you have G in the bass. Then you have E flat. If you did one more, then you would have the C as the D flat, right? It's a pretty sound. Then you get the resolution. So just get that on your fingers. If you already have that one pretty well, do a couple more just for practice. Choose a couple keys. For instance, How High the Moon's a great kind of workhorse tune, as we probably found last week, because it takes you through a couple key centers, and you can try a move like this out, in a few different spots. So you can do it in bar 3 and 4. You can modulate down a whole tone and do it in bar 7 and 8 as well. Right, so you can, it's a really handy, cool sort of accompaniment figure.